What I am about to say will hopefully change your life the way it changed mine. If I upset anyone here, possibly men, click away from this video. This video is not for you if you're a man. This video is for my ladies, okay? And if you come at me because you try to justify why, as a man, you deserve the stage 2, again, just click away, okay? And I'm saying this from the preface that I've received a lot of these types of comments before when I talked about women's bodies and women's health. And for some reason, men have to feel like they are entitled to add to this conversation, which this is not for you, okay? So go away. I'm joking. But anyways, ladies, stop running your business like a man. I will explain to you in this hopefully not too long video what this actually means. I will start with the biological aspect of how different men and women are. I want you to know that we already know biologically men and women very different. On a biological level, of course, it doesn't matter if you want children or not. This is not what the video is about. It's about the biological aspect of women are able to do that, okay? Because as women, we are able to birth children. That also means that our body is every single month preparing for a possible pregnancy. That means because our body is doing that, our body needs to change and shift and prepare so that in case we do get pregnant, your body is a nourishing, protective space for that child, okay? And that also means that there are a lot of bodily processes that are happening that a lot of times we're not even aware of. Most of the time we're not aware of. We're feeling the symptoms. We're feeling maybe the lower energy, the higher energy, the lower creativity, the higher creativity, the appetite or no appetite. We're feeling those changes, right? And if you're not, you might either be on birth control, you might be already in menopause, or you are not yet aware of what's going on within your body, which doesn't matter because I at one point also wasn't aware. I had to learn to listen. I had to learn to become aware. Okay, so there's nothing wrong with that. But what we need to understand is that on a biological level, our hormones are shifting every single day. Compared to men, we have a 28-day cycle, whereas men have a 1-day cycle. That means because we have a 28-day cycle, it is a cycle according to our period, right? We get our period once a month, we ovulate once a month, and our menstrual cycle is split into 4 phases. Each phase is literally called according to what is happening in that cycle, either the dominant hormone, like the follicular phase, right? We have the ovulatory phase where you're ovulating. We have the luteal phase where the luteinizing hormone is dominant and is increasing. And then we have the menstrual phase where you're menstruating. In each of those phases, your hormones are shifting, changing, adjusting according to what is meant to happen in your body. Again, preparing for a possible pregnancy. When we know this, we also know that, for example, in the luteal phase, which is the phase right before your period, a lot of women experience PMS symptoms. We are more tired, we are more sluggish, our joints are softer, we are weaker at the gym. And that's not because something's wrong with you, but because your hormone progesterone is higher. And your progesterone is the hormone that if you were to get pregnant, you can maintain that pregnancy. That hormone is very important. And so your body is literally in a phase where it's like, in case we are pregnant, we want to make sure that everything is okay and that we are safe and we're keeping the baby safe. That also means that literally your body is changing, and the way that you think, the way that you speak, all of it is changing. And so we are here in the world as women where we're trying to fit into a society that was built on a 1-day cycle. Think about the work week. The work week is Monday through Friday, 8 a.m., 9 a.m., whatever, 9 to 5. It is literally built on men's hormones, right? Men have the dominant hormone testosterone, which increases in the morning when the man is healthy, and it is pretty stable the whole day, and then it decreases in the evening. And when the man is healthy, it happens every single day the same. For us women, we don't have this type of cycle. Some days we will wake up and we will feel full of energy, like we can take over the world. And some days we actually need more sleep. Some days we actually need more food. Some days we actually need more rest. But we are trying to conform because that's what we've been told. We've been conditioned to do that. Same here from an early age. And then we're wondering why we can't keep up. Then we're wondering why we can't sustain this business. Then we're wondering why we're burned out, tired, overwhelmed, all of these things. Right? I'm not even going to go into the fact that we're also mothers and we have all these other responsibilities that we have to take care of, okay? We need to remember as women that all these models out there, society, business coaches, the corporate world, are based on a masculine structure. This is such an important topic to me that sometimes I lose my words because I'm trying to say everything at once. But what I'm trying to say is there's nothing wrong with you if you feel like something's wrong with you. For the majority of my life, I really felt like something was wrong. I could literally feel this switch in my hormones, and I didn't even know this was my hormones. I thought something was going on, and I felt like a different person. I felt like I couldn't keep up. I was judging myself for it until I realized it was literally the moment I learned about my hormonal changes. It's like a light bulb went off. And then I started asking myself, but why do then as women we try to conform something that was never built for us? And so as women, what we need to learn is to create a structure in our businesses, in our lives, that works for our energy, that works for our hormones and not against those hormones. Because what happens is when we do work against our bodies, we then experience all these symptoms, all these pains, all these illnesses truly that are not normal, and I had this as well. I went to the doctor, to the gynecologist, and I told them, hey, I have period pain, and I was told it was normal. I was put on the pill. I was given all these solutions that were not really solutions, and I thought that something was wrong with me and that it couldn't be this way. Because no, period pain is not normal. Chronic pain is not normal. Hormonal health issues are not normal. But the craziest part is that 80% of women today have hormonal health imbalances. And 70% of these women, they are not even aware that they have them because they think it's normal. And I was one of them. I thought being tired in the morning, being overwhelmed, being anxious, being all those things was normal. It was just part of life, but it's not, because we've for so long have lived against our bodies, and now our hormones are all over the place. Not even to say, I will not be able to go into this in this video, but the things we eat, the things we put on our skins, all of that is disrupting our hormones too. But the point is that as women, we need to learn to build a structure that works for us. It starts with understanding what happens on a monthly basis within our bodies, what happens within yourself, because also what's really important to remember is that every woman is different. While I might have some symptoms, you might not experience the same symptoms. You might experience different symptoms. So it's really, really important to remember that, to be aware of that, to get to know yourself. For example, I had this conversation with this beautiful feminine energy coach. She's also a very, very big YouTuber, and I met her in Dubai a couple of weeks ago. And she was saying to me that she's the most creative in the menstrual phase. And I was like, really? I'm the most creative in my ovulatory phase. Like, that's when I'm like bursting in energy and I'm having all these ideas that I'm implementing. And she said, no, actually for her, it's in a menstrual phase when she has this like letting go process of, the old, which is the old blood, and this new energies coming through to her. She then is the most creative, which is so interesting, right? Because people will tell us it has to be in a certain way, which is not. There is, of course, a lot of structures and a lot of ways to understand what happens within your menstrual cycle. But the first step always is to start to understand yourself the best. And the moment you feel some type of resistance, the moment you feel like it's not flowing, it's because you're working against your body. So for example, whenever I feel like I'm sitting in front of the screen and I'm like, okay, I need to create, let's say, an Instagram post. I need to create a program. And I'm sitting there and nothing is coming through, absolutely nothing. I know I'm blocked in this moment. I know I'm not in flow. I know in this moment I'm not supposed to do this, because whatever I will create is not going to be from the energy that is going to create me massive success. It's going to be from the energy of needing to do this, of pushing myself, of going beyond what I'm actually meant to do, of ignoring my intuition as well and my inner guidance. And so in these moments, I take a step back and I ask myself, okay, what is something I can do instead right now that I know I can, finish something up, be productive, that will not require me right now to be creative, to be like this, to be like that, but I will feel a sense of like, okay, accomplishment, I've achieved something. And then eventually when I create that space to do something else, the creative idea will come through. And I wouldn't know this if I wouldn't have played with my energy, with my creativity, and I wouldn't have listened to what my body's actually telling me. Same thing when it comes to rest. And I know there's so much about this out there, but it still surprises me how many times I meet women that are aware that they're exhausted, that they're tired, that they need to rest, but they have such a belief that they need to keep going. But then you keep going, your productivity is at a level of maybe 20, 30%. And instead of taking the rest, slowing down for a moment, sleeping in, right? Or taking a break, going on a walk, and then coming back with 80, 90, 100% of energy, then your work is going to be so much better because, again, as women, we don't have this constant output available to us. And because we are such intuitive beings, when we allow ourselves to be, when we allow ourselves to connect with our bodies, there is so much that can come through for us, so much creativity, so much creation on such an amazing, incredible level. Like, we are literally meant to birth incredible ideas, and we are meant to attract all this wealth. But why we're not doing it is because we are blocked from this life force energy that also ultimately sits in our womb. And the more that we can slow down, connect, listen to our bodies, work with our energy, the more we step away from this masculine grind, this masculine structure that was handed to us early on, the more powerful we will be as women, the more incredible businesses we will have, the more people we will also help through our businesses, because that's ultimately the point, right? We don't want to just have a business to have a business. We want to truly inspire the world. And as a woman, you need to be your best self, and you will be your best self when we decondition from all these ways of working, of living, of grinding, of pushing. And when we do, then something so much more beautiful will come through. I do have a free masterclass, which is called The Feminine Way to 10K Months. I go deeper into the 4 phases of the menstrual cycle and what to do in each phase. I'm also speaking about subconscious blocks and how to, not be scared of selling. So if you're interested in this masterclass, you will find the link down below. It's a wonderful masterclass. And I think it will provide you with a lot of value to work through and to go on this journey yourself as well. Anyways, I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, let me know down below. I'm sending you so much love, and until the next time. Bye-bye.